All right, XLOV, let's see what you got. Whoa. Oh, the styling. The layering?
You know it's not a game.
Oh my god, that bass.
Yeah,
Why do I have
just
goosebumps?
think about this. 그저 신호가 올 때까지. Yeah. 사이렌이 울리고 소란스럽게 문을 두드리는 험질러
Dance!
See my body moving like this.
I
I'm
do.
riding on the wall of prejudice.
That line? Oh.
I'm walking on the rain and I'm dancing on the pain. Yeah. 미친 게 아닌데 답은 너는데. Silly, silly, yeah, baby, here I come and get it.
What?
예고편일 뿐이야, so just sit and down and watch it. 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 다 down and brand it.
That line.
이제 시작이야. I'ma be
These visuals.
Working in the hole like a cat, but I can't help for that.
Okay.
The gun for my head is that the philosophy gun.
This music video is beautiful.
Oh,
Oh, he sounds great.
사이렌이 울리고 소란스럽게 심장을 파고드는 hundred loud beats. See my body moving like this. I'm riding on the wall of prejudice.
I'm obsessed with the lyrics of this song.
I'm blooming on
Oh
a
my
ring.
God.
I'm dancing on a paint.
The one in the striped, like red and black shirt is dancing.
Silly, silly girl, baby, here I come and get it. 예고편일 뿐이야, so just sit and down and
Damn,
watch
I was
it.
not expecting this
5, 6,
chorus.
and 7, 8, the town and burned it.
Oh!
I'm your wish, 이제 시작이야. I'ma be a
Girl! This is so cunty. Oh, sing. Oh, the strength in his voice. Ooh, sing. Okay. Whoa. First of all, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shayla and this is XLOV, so XLOV. I'm a B music video. So obviously I've never reacted to these guys before. This is their debut music video as far as I'm aware. Basically what I know about them is prior to them debuting, I heard that they had an interesting concept, which is like the first ever K-pop group to be doing like a genderless concept. Very, very interesting. I might not be phrasing it the exact way they did, but very interesting concept to kind of portray. Because like, we can get into it in a little bit. But what even is gender? What does genderless mean exactly? What kind of stereotypical gender things are they portraying here? But again, we'll get into it in a little bit when we rewatch the music video. But that's kind of what I knew prior to them releasing this music video, which I believe was like maybe a week ago, like 5 days or something like that ago. And so I was like, okay, that's interesting. So genderless concept, Does that mean in the music they're going to release? Does that mean in the concept of the music video only? In their attire only? Like what would that mean? So I knew they were kind of on my list to look out for. Maybe not necessarily make a video on, but at least like look into. And then my roommate was like, "Oh my God, Shayla, you need to listen to this song." And I was like, "Oh, what song is it? I have no idea." And I clicked on it and I stopped it a second in and I was like, "Wait, this is the genderless group." If my roommate really, the roommate who's in most of my videos, or not most of my videos, but a lot of my videos. So I'm like, if my roommate really wants me to listen to it, and I was already intrigued enough to look out for them, I feel like I should make a video. So they have been on my list for those few days. And yeah, I also think that like, I think something that solidified it for me is I heard some kind of chattering amongst some of my friends that are also into K-pop and saying how interesting it is that like the genderless kind of concept is being explored as a concept. Like it's not just like, oh, we have a female or like a girl group member that it dresses more like a tomboy, or a boy group member who maybe leans more towards like androgyny or even more feminine kind of dressing and hair and stuff like that. It's literally like this is their concept. And so I think it's also like with people talking about it like that, and being someone who like is queer and is trying to like advocate for more like understanding and stuff, it's important to me to like support anything that's maybe like even not necessarily queer adjacent, as shown over here and in all my other videos. And so I think that was kind of my thought process going into this. First reaction to the song itself is that I'm going to need a little bit of time to get used to it. I think every single section I enjoy a lot, including the rapping, the beautiful vocals. Off first listen, I enjoy it all except the drop into the chorus, that like talky kind of singy portion. That is popular in K-pop. I just at times in certain songs it hits me immediately, and sometimes I need to re-listen to it to like really feel if I feel like it fits in the song. I feel like the rest of the song is kind of eerie. It's like sexy, not even sexy, like sensual in an interesting way. But also has this, yeah, kind of eerie vibe. Like not everything is like the way it should be. I don't know. I'll point it out when I watch the music video again. So it's like my first thing on the song. The music video, I said like while reacting, it's beautiful. You can tell whoever did like set design, costuming, makeup, like they had a very clear understanding of what they were gonna do, and they like pulled off this concept really, really well. But you can also tell, or at least from what I know, that there is a little bit less of a budget going on. They don't have a ton of sets. There aren't a ton of costume changes and all of that. But the fact that they're able to make such a good music video, such a beautiful, aesthetically pleasing music video with what I'm assuming are those restraints, very, very impressive to me. And it makes me think that they have a good team behind them. What this is also making me realize in my mind is I have no idea what company this group is under. So they could be under a bigger company. I'm assuming I would have known if they were from anything that I've ever heard of. So I'm assuming it's a smaller or medium-sized company. But all that to say is I love some artistry, and I love what I'm seeing here. And it reminds me of kind of Red Velvet's team. Like, no, SM doesn't necessarily put the full amount of budget they maybe should into like Red Velvet's like promotion and everything like that, but whoever works on Red Velvet's music videos and costuming and stage performances and everything really cares. And it feels like the team behind this music video, including the performers, including XLOV, feels like they really embody this and they really care about it. And so I think overall, I really get that from the music video. And it makes me excited because I feel like though we have definitely, K-pop has a lot of artistry behind it, there is a difference between a very artistically led music video and something that is just kind of about showing cool things. And I feel like this one is the former. So let's watch it again. Let's dissect a little bit of the parts that I really enjoyed about the song and the music video, and let's talk about the genderless concept. In class.
You know it's not a game.
Okay. That bass dropping in is so nice. Everyone's asleep.
You know it's not a game. The
hands.
Yeah, just think about it.
Oh, what I didn't even mention is the choreo. I think they have very interesting choreo. There's a couple, that part, like they do a lot of things that boy groups are not gonna necessarily do. And I think that or like most of them. And I think that really plays into kind of what they're going for. Like, it's not just a genderless concept based on their looks. We'll keep going though. This? Is he the main dancer? He definitely has some sort of background in dance, you can tell, but like beautiful moves. His voice when he comes in here. Wow. Oh my god, his voice too. I'm riding on the wall of prejudice, seeing my body moving like this. Fascinating. I also think in terms of, let's just talk about the genderless concept now. It's not just obviously the way they're dressed. It feels like, I'm going to compare this to something many of you probably have not seen, but I would urge you to go check it out. One of the Mamamoo members, her name is Moonbyul, her first ever solo song, what was it called actually? Her first ever solo song was super, in my opinion, like something I have never seen from a girl group and a girl group soloist very specifically. And that was like it was basically a boy group, a traditional like hardcore boy group concept in music video, in sound, in dress, except for it was her. And I really think that some people don't realize like, yes, boy groups can do cuter concepts, and yes, girl groups do like harder hitting concepts. There were different eras in K-pop where both were more popular, yada yada yada, right? But there is certain like sounds specifically and just concepts in general that are very gendered in K-pop, and have been for what I'm assuming all of time. I'll preface it by saying that I also have not watched every single K-pop music video. I don't know every single K-pop group, but there is something. K-pop is still very gendered. There's a reason we have boy groups and girl groups, and the fact that there is no or very little mixed gendered groups is something to point out, and the fact that there are still concepts that largely apply to one or the other is something that still very much exists. The song was called Eclipse, by the way, and This reminds me of Moonbyul's Eclipse, specifically because it feels like they are taking, maybe not necessarily the song choice, because I could see a boy group doing this kind of genre for sure. Um but feel like they're taking like the look kind of and especially the style of dance, and making it more geared towards what a girl group would do. And so, in terms of genderless, this is it's hard to talk about overall because, like, how much queer theory do I go into, right? I'm sure some people have already skipped this part, and that's completely fine. I'm taking like 20 minutes to talk about it. But something that's really interesting is obviously K-pop is really gendered. We discussed that already. But our world is really gendered, right? Like, even people who don't identify with a certain gender are going to be put in certain categories. It doesn't matter if they try and be as genderless as possible, because there are always things that are going to be associated with being masculine or feminine. That is the world, unfortunately, that we live in, and that is the way that people are socialized, are grown up to view things, right? It's the same reason why, even though it's silly, pink is still associated with girls, right? It's the same reason why heavy makeup, um, generally, I mean, especially in certain places more than others, is more associated with women. Why dresses are more associated with women. There are places, obviously, in the world where that is less true, but as an overall, there are certain things that are our entire world is very gendered. And so I think that it is very difficult to ever say that someone is genderless or something is genderless. And there are things that are marketed that way in order to like sell to men, women, and everyone else, um like clothing and stuff like that. And then there are things that are genderless in concept, like this, that I'd be very curious to ask what they mean by genderless, because there is obviously still things that are gendered in this music video, like in terms of like outfits, hairstyles, like ways of dance, specifically relating to K-pop, sound of music, like stuff like that, right? And so it feels more to me, as someone who has a degree in sociology and has studied queer theory, that it is more of a mixing of a boy group that has a lot of feminine leaning things that make them stand out from other boy groups in the industry. Um, that is initially how I see it. And again, not everyone's idea of genderless is going to be the exact same thing, but what even is genderless? How can you achieve something like that, right? And so I think the way that they are portraying it here, like I said, is a mix of like the masculine side of being a boy group that they you can't really get rid of, while letting them or getting them to explore kind of things that are maybe a little bit more taboo or a little bit more traditionally feminine. And so I think that that is admirable. And you can call it genderless if you want. You can call it androgynous if you want. And I think that that's kind of how they're portraying it. It that on top of having the lyrics here be like, I'm writing on the wall of prejudice, is very interesting. I'm not smart enough to do a lyrical analysis right now, but I'd be very, very interested in kind of what people's interpretations are. This feels like it's talking about like a person, like I'ma be your woo hoo hoo is like the line in the chorus, right? So it feels like we're kind of maybe talking about some sort of love lust kind of situation here, but there are some interesting lines that feel like we might have a double meaning. They're not just talking about that. So yeah, that was a fucking long-winded explanation to say that the whole genderless concept is very interesting to me. It can be very much how you interpreted it, but I don't know. I think having watched this, it is very interesting to me. I enjoy that there is a group and a company willing to kind of take these steps and be a little bit more queer, for lack of a better word, and explore things like this. I'm intrigued to see how much further it goes outside of just this initial music video, you know? And like performances and stuff. Like, is it something that these guys do outside of their K-pop like group? Is it something that they are interested in outside of it being a concept? Is this something that they are going to continue to do? I don't know. I just have a lot of thoughts surrounding it, and we don't see stuff as outwardly like gender non-conforming in K-pop, especially to do with a whole group, like ever. And so this is, I feel like, why I'm so interested in it and why I've spent 10 minutes talking about it. So let's keep going. 15 minutes, actually. I really like his tone of voice. Also, serve.
Silly, yeah, baby, here I come and get it. 예고편일 뿐이야, so just sit and down and watch it. 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, down and brand it.
That line is so hard. 4, 5, 6, and 7 ate the town and burned it. Oh, I love that.
예고편일 뿐이야, so just sit and down and watch it. 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, down and brand it. I'm your wish, 이제 시작이야.
Maybe it's not even necessarily about like a love or lust story. It's like, I'ma be this like character in your life, you know? I don't know. Whoa, the visuals are so pretty.
Working in the hole like a cat, but I can't help for that. The gun for my head is that the philosophy gun. 멀쩡한 작품은 나거나 lie. Color free, 무대비 펼쳐진 me. The paint, the color you need. Yeah.
Like that lyric too. First of all, I really like the rappers here, especially the second one.
멀쩡한 작품은 나거나 lie. Color free, 무대비.
Pick one, Free. The beauty that will unfold the stage. Yeah, paint the color you need. So interesting. So is it more like I'm gonna be like that person you like idolize, like you want to be, you know? Sing. Wow. Okay, this guy's acting here. Oh my god, performer. Love him. Okay, first of all, you know how it takes sometimes a couple listens to the song or maybe to a chorus for it to hit? It hit that time. I got it. Second of all, these outfits. I adore this fit. I also really like this fit. And I like them all actually. But, oh, he looks so good at front and center right there. Oh my god, facial expressions.
6 and 7, 8 the talent burned it.
Oh, I love that line.
이제 시작이야. I'ma be
Wow. That, like, what even is that? Is it just voices? Yeah, it's like the fading in, like it sounds like not a choir, but a bunch of like layered background voices, like lower in the mix. It sounds really cool, and it kind of builds up that tension for this like final chorus. That sounds so good. Oh, with that hair. Oh my god, is he the main vocalist? He sounds so good. Better belt. Sorry everyone, the video reloaded and blasted the audio in our ears. My bad. Oh, sing. It did it again. It just wants us to blast the song. Wow. No, this song is fantastic. Wow. Yeah, artistic direction, like concept, whatever you want to end up calling it. Song. I was going to say I'm going to give them their 10s, but I have to listen to it more before I declare it a 10 out of 10. But right now it's sitting at like a hot 8.5. And that's quite high for me. I'm extremely impressed. They're a group that if this has an album, I'm 100% checking it out. I'm 100% keeping them like in my line of sight for any other releases. Very, very excited. Please let me know about them. I mean, they just debuted, so if there is any guides, you're quick. But let me know if there's anything I should be watching right now. I'm very, very intrigued about this group, and I really want to continue supporting them. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I talked for so fucking long, but that's what you're here for. And yeah, go check out my other videos and my Patreon, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!